Welcome to UK Learnings. After watch this video, please subscribe to our channel to give us your support. And don't forget to click the bell icon to get upcoming videos. Good luck for your exam.
What should you do if your vehicle pulls to one side when you're braking? Change the tires around. Pump the pedal when braking. Use your parking brake at the same time. Consult your garage as soon as possible. The correct answer is consult your garage as soon as possible. The brakes on your vehicle must be effective and properly adjusted. If your vehicle pulls to one side when braking, take it to be checked by a qualified mechanic. Don't take risks. What should you do when you're driving in poor visibility? Make sure you can stop within your thinking distance. Make sure you can stop within the distance you can see to be clear. Use the tail lights of other vehicles as a guide. Use your vehicle's side lights to reduce the glare for other drivers. The correct answer is make sure you can stop within the distance you can see to be clear. It's more difficult to judge speed and distance in conditions of poor visibility, when shapes or outlines can become less distinct and potentially more confusing. You must always be able to stop in the distance that you can see to be clear. What would make a car tire illegal? When there's a large, deep cut in the sidewall. When it's used with a tire of a different make on the same axle. When it's second-hand. When it's used with a tire of a different tread pattern on the same axle. The correct answer is when there's a large, deep cut in the sidewall. Where should your headlight beam fall when you're following another vehicle at night? 100 meters, 328 feet. Ahead, as far as the next bend or junction, beyond the vehicle in front, short of the rear of the vehicle in front. The correct answer is short of the rear of the vehicle in front. Following too closely behind another vehicle at night may dazzle the driver. If you drop back, your headlight beam will fall short of the vehicle and so avoid dazzle. When will anti-lock brakes be activated? When you haven't seen a hazard ahead. When you're speeding on a slippery road surface. When excessive brake pressure has been applied. When you don't brake quickly enough. The correct answer is when excessive brake pressure has been applied. If your car is fitted with an anti-lock braking system, ABS, this will activate when you brake so hard that the tires start to lose their grip on the road surface. At this point, the wheels would normally lock up and a skid would start. The ABS senses the wheel locking and releases the brake pressure just enough to avoid the skid. It then cycles through applying and releasing the brake pressure many times per second. This ensures maximum braking for the available grip is constantly applied without the wheels locking. Who has priority when traffic lights are out of order? Traffic turning left. Nobody. Traffic turning right. Traffic going straight on. The correct answer is nobody. When traffic lights are out of order, you should treat the junction as an unmarked crossroads. Be cautious, as you may need to give way or stop. Keep a lookout for traffic attempting to cross the junction at speed. What should you do when you're planning to overtake at night? Make sure you can see the road ahead is clear. Wait until a bend to see approaching headlights. Approach with headlights on full beam. Sound your horn twice before moving out. The correct answer is make sure you can see the road ahead is clear. Only overtake the vehicle in front if it's really necessary. All maneuvers need careful planning, but at night the risks are increased due to reduced visibility. Can you see the road ahead clearly? Can you see whether pedestrians, cyclists or any obstructions are in the road ahead? Ask yourself these questions before committing to overtaking. What rules apply to a car that's being used for a driving test? It can be fitted with dual controls provided no dual accelerator is fitted. It must be fitted with a dual brake, clutch and accelerator. It can be fitted with dual controls, including a dual accelerator that's operable. It must be fitted with a dual brake and dual clutch. The correct answer is it can be fitted with dual controls provided no dual accelerator is fitted. For safety reasons, any dual accelerator must be removed before a vehicle can be used by a candidate for their driving test. What should you do if you're taking drugs that are likely to affect your driving? Limit your driving to essential journeys. Only drive if accompanied by a full license holder. Only drive for short distances. Seek medical advice before driving. The correct answer is seek medical advice before driving. Check with your doctor or pharmacist if you think that the drugs you're taking are likely to make you feel drowsy or impair your judgment. Where would you usually find the first information sign indicating that you're approaching an exit from a motorway? At the beginning of the slip road, 1 mile before the exit. At the first countdown marker, half a mile before the exit. The correct answer is 1 mile before the exit. On motorways, the higher speed of traffic requires direction signs to be placed well before junctions. The first sign will usually be found 1 mile before the exit, then another sign half a mile before the exit. Where junctions are close together, this distance may be reduced to 2/3 and 1/3 of a mile. Why should you obey the speed limit shown on this sign? To prevent damage to the new road surface, to comply with the law, to prevent other drivers from driving too fast over the chippings, to reduce the amount of chippings thrown up by the tires. The correct answer is to reduce the amount of chippings thrown up by the tires. Stone chippings are often used to finish off a new road surface. They may take several days to bed into the tar underneath. Advisory speed limits are used to help reduce the amount of chippings thrown up by passing vehicles. Chippings can cause damage to vehicles and other road users, especially cyclists, pedestrians and horse riders. There's also an increased risk of skidding on the loose surface. You're leaving your vehicle parked on a road. When may you leave the engine running? If the battery is flat. When you're in a 20 miles per hour zone. Not on any occasion. If you'll be parked for less than 5 minutes. The correct answer is not on any occasion. When parking, all ancillary controls should be switched off and the engine stopped. Make sure that the handbrake is applied firmly before leaving the vehicle. What type of road uses direction signs with a green background? Primary route, urban motorway, tourist route, cycle route. The correct answer is primary route. A primary route is a road of national or regional importance and is the major route between larger towns and cities. The direction signs on these routes have green backgrounds. Many maps and road atlases show these routes in green. You're in a one-way street and intend to go ahead. Unless road markings indicate otherwise, which lane should you use? The most appropriate lane. The middle lane. Always the left-hand lane. The right-hand lane. The correct answer is the most appropriate lane. In a one-way street, all the traffic will be traveling in the same direction. When going ahead, you should choose the most appropriate lane for your destination and move into it in good time. Remember that traffic may be passing you on either side. Why are hatch markings painted in the center of the road? To separate traffic flowing in opposite directions, to make space for emergency vehicles, to warn of a lower speed limit ahead, to mark an area to be used by overtaking motorcyclists. The correct answer is to separate traffic flowing in opposite directions. Hatch markings are painted at potentially dangerous areas to separate streams of traffic. For example, they can be seen at sharp bends and at junctions to protect traffic turning right. When can you use your front fog lights? When visibility is 100 meters, 328 feet, or less, instead of main beam headlights, at any time, so that you're noticed when you're dazzled by the lights of oncoming vehicles. The correct answer is when visibility is 100 meters. 328 feet, or less. Only use front fog lights when adverse weather conditions mean you can't see more than 100 meters, 328 feet. Remember, to avoid dazzling other drivers, turn off your fog lights when the visibility improves. You're at a junction controlled by traffic lights. When should you wait, even if the green light is showing? When your exit from the junction is blocked. When pedestrians are waiting to cross. When you intend to turn right. When you think the lights may be about to change. The correct answer is when your exit from the junction is blocked. As you approach traffic lights, look into the road you wish to take. If the road is blocked, hold back, even if the green light shows. What should you do if you're about to start a journey and you notice it's snowing heavily? Only drive if you have a mobile phone. Only drive if it's essential. Only drive if you have experience of driving in snow. Only drive if your journey is short. The correct answer is only drive if it's essential. In winter, check the local weather forecast for warnings of icy or snowy weather. Don't drive in these conditions unless your journey is essential. If it is essential, take great care. Carry a spade, warm clothing, a warm drink and emergency food, in case your vehicle breaks down or becomes stuck in snow or traffic. What should you do if luggage falls from your vehicle while you're driving on the motorway? Pull up on the hard shoulder and wave traffic down. Stop at the next emergency telephone and contact the authorities. Walk back up the motorway to pick it up. Stop on the motorway and switch on hazard warning lights while you pick it up. The correct answer is stop at the next emergency telephone and contact the authorities. Drivers shouldn't try to retrieve anything from a motorway. The danger from, and to, passing traffic caused by someone on the carriageway shouldn't be underestimated. The recommended course of action is to go to the next emergency telephone and report the incident to the control center. The traffic light ahead is showing an amber light. Which color lights will it show next? Red and amber together, red alone. Green and amber together, green alone. The correct answer is red alone. At junctions controlled by traffic lights, you must stop and wait behind the white line until the lights change to green. You may then proceed unless your exit road is blocked or it's not safe to do so, such as when pedestrians are crossing in front of you. After the green light, the amber light will show on its own for a short period, followed by the red light. When the amber light shows on its own, you should stop, providing it's safe to do so. You move off from the side of the road. Why should you look around? To check for road signs and speed limits. To avoid failing their driving test. To check that there's nothing in the blind spot, because the mirrors may not be adjusted properly. The correct answer is to check that there's nothing in the blind spot. It's important that instructors explain that safety checks aren't just a test requirement but are a vital part of keeping safe on the road. Explaining the reasons behind safety checks should help pupils to think for themselves and become safe drivers. While you're driving, what will happen if you hold the clutch pedal down or roll in neutral for too long? You'll reduce your control over the vehicle. You'll increase the amount of fuel the vehicle uses. You'll wear out the tires more quickly. You'll cause the engine to overheat. The correct answer is you'll reduce your control over the vehicle. Holding the clutch down or staying in neutral for too long will cause your vehicle to freewheel. This is known as coasting and it's dangerous, because it reduces your control of the vehicle. What will a candidate be given if they fail their driving test? A copy of the driving test report and an explanation of the faults. An application for a new provisional license. An indication of the number of lessons they need to correct their faults. A copy of the highway code and advice on how to prepare next time. The correct answer is a copy of the driving test report and an explanation of the faults. If someone fails their driving test, the examiner will give them a copy of the driving test report form. This will show all the faults marked during the test. The examiner will also offer an oral explanation as to why they haven't passed. If the instructor is present during the examiner's explanation, they'll be able to offer their pupil additional advice and guidance. What should you do if your motorway journey seems boring and you start to feel drowsy? Speed up to arrive at your destination sooner. Slow down and let other drivers overtake. Stop on the hard shoulder for a sleep. Open a window and drive to the next exit. The correct answer is open a window and drive to the next exit. Don't ignore feelings of drowsiness while driving. You'll need to find somewhere safe to stop and rest until you feel alert enough to continue your journey. On a motorway, you can either stop at a service area or leave the motorway and then find a safe place to stop. Until you reach a safe place to stop, make sure the vehicle is well ventilated. Don't stop on the hard shoulder to rest. You arrive at the scene of a car crash. A passenger is bleeding heavily from an arm wound. How should the arm be treated if it's clear that there are no objects in the wound? Get them to swing their arm briskly up and down. Rub the wound in a circular motion. Apply firm pressure to the area and raise the arm. Keep the arm low and allow the blood flow to stop naturally. The correct answer is apply firm pressure to the area and raise the arm. If possible, lay the casualty down. Once you're sure there are no objects in the wound, apply firm pressure using clean material. Raising the arm above the level of the heart will also help to stem the flow of blood.
Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe UK Learning's YouTube channel. Share with your friends and family. Don't forget to click the bell icon to get more videos. Your support will encourage us to make more videos. We wish you all the best for your exam.